Hello, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I am Disco Kitty, the Crappy Crafter. Today, we're going to be working with more Sophie and Toffee. Here is the January Elves Box. Very excited to see what's in there. And here is my most recent Pixie box. The ever gorgeous Pixie box. I mean, just look at that. Look at that. So the January box I actually got like the day that I posted my last video, so I've had it for a little while. The Pixie box I just got yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. So there's a big time difference in there. I like to do two of them at the same time, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep doing this. I should probably just do them as bonus uploads by themselves, but we'll see how it goes going forward. So, let's get into it. Getting right into the box. It's got its pretty dinosaurs and moons, such pretty paper. It's got its booklet that has everything that's inside, and it also has instructions, love instructions. Different colored leaf, decals, gold mica powder, charm mold, coin mold, 12 Chinese zodiac symbols, UV resin, white pigment ink, pop sockets, red mica powder, ball chain, the charms, bales, and then the Pixie box with its little pamphlet. Shows everything that's inside. Pretty purple paper. Cane beads in little paw prints. Open back bezels. Grayish violet pigment. Charms. Keychains. Floating shaker oil. Film for the large paw mold. A shaker charm of a kitty and a butterfly. The very deep paw mold you can put the films in. The clock mold and clock parts. A very large tray in a kitty head mold. Shaker film. Bales. Kitty bling. Gem bling. More open back bezels. And some paw-shaped confetti. Let's get right into the projects. I'm going to make this small paw clock. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to spread pink pigment powder into all of the toe beans and the pad of the foot, and the resin will pick that up and it will make a lovely color. Don't do this with your molds. I don't have any baby wipes, so I'm using alcohol. Alcohol will, over time, ruin your molds, so don't do this. Next up, I'm going to make this a calico, so I'm going to spread some orange spots and some black spots. The black could be a little bit more opaque, but it'll be cute in the end. Next, we're going to mix up some white UV resin as the background, and I am not going to mix up nearly enough in the beginning. I am going to end up using the entire 100-gram bottle of UV resin for this project, and it's not going to be quite enough, but it's literally the last of that UV resin that I have left, and I didn't want to mix this resin with the Sophie and Toffee resin because I've had weird reactions between differing UV resins when mixed together. It's not good. Don't forget to cure both sides. Always cure both sides of whatever you're molding. Every time. That's why you have to use a mold that is transparent to allow the light through. And this mold, I will never be able to use this mold again because it's not any of the numbers, it's not any of the spots, it's just a random little spot on the mold stuck to the resin and now it's ruined. Oh well, at least I got one clock out of it. I'm going to try coloring in the numbers and the number indicator spots with my Posca pen, and I'm going to realize that's not going to work so well, especially since I used a damp cloth to try to get rid of the excess and it just pulled all of it out. But it was also kind of destroying the nib on my marker, so I decided to go in with a paintbrush, and it works a heck of a lot better, especially using a dry paper towel. That works really well. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up all of the spots. I will not put black on black, I put gold on black, just to make it a little different, even though you can't see it still, but it's alright. Next up, we're going to assemble the clock pieces. Now, like I said earlier, technically this isn't quite thick enough, but it works. It's good. And, of course, I don't have any kind of actual, real builder's tools in my office, so you use what you got, but it works. The nut is tight, that's all that matters. It would have been better if I had a wrench, but it works. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time with this battery. This battery was so hard to get in, but you know what? This is the second time I put the battery in, so I don't understand why I was having such a hard time. It worked so well the first time. But you know what? The clock works. Look at it go! Yay! And now it's time to move on to the Elves Box. Let's make a coin out of the 3 colors that came with the box, the white ink and the 2 pigment powders. It's going to be very detailed work, and I have very bad eyes. I'm warning you now, because in the end, it'll be there will be some mess-ups. Look at that gold. Look at how pretty that gold is. And the red is... it's nice. It's kind of a pinky red. It's alright. I really like that gold though. I think that gold would work really well as a buffed on nail powder. I don't know. I'll have to try it. I'm gonna use this little tiny silicone tool to dab in the colors, and I will flash cure them between each color at the very least. Sometimes I will flash cure them in between each little section, and then we will do a big cure in between colors. That gold is so pretty. And then we'll put the white on top of the whole thing to really make it pop. I kind of wanted to leave it clear, but I think it looks better white. We'll make sure that there are no bubbles and that we get the resin out to the edges. And remember, make sure cure both sides. Both sides, always. I really like it this way, and I kind of think that I probably shouldn't have domed it. Here I'm going to color in some of the spots with a black marker to make them pop a little bit more. And then because of the marker, we're going to dome it, and we're going to lose some of the depth that it had. And you know what? It's still pretty, it's just not quite as pretty. Lastly, I'm going to badly try to fill in this little dragon charm. Well, I say it later, but I think it's a dragon charm. It's a kitty with like a dragon robe, which I would love to have. I think that would be cool to have a dragon robe. But you know what? Overall, this works pretty well. Remember to cure it in between each color, or it's just gonna make a muddy, icky mess. And remember to cure both sides. And this one felt a little plain. And you can see there are lots of grooves where there could be outlines. So I am going to paint this entire thing in black acrylic paint and then wipe off all the excess. And I think it works pretty well. I will need a little bit of alcohol because, you know, it started to dry up, but don't saturate the cloth like I did the first time, and it'll work just fine. Look at how cute he is. I did miss parts of him. I missed his tail, I missed his belly. Later I'm gonna claim I missed his foot, but that's really his belly. I'm gonna make sure that the doming goes all the way out to the edges and that there aren't any little bubbles. And then we'll cure it, and everything will be all done, and we'll be ready to take a look at them. Well, those came out pretty well. Let's start with the big one first. Okay, so it works. And it's cute. Okay, and then we have a little New Year's coin, good luck coin. And then we have the dragon. I assume it's supposed to be the dragon because there were no dragons in this box and I was a little disappointed, but this is a cat that's dressed up like a dragon. And you can see here my eyes are really bad, so I didn't even notice that I didn't fill in one of his feet. But hey, you know what? He's still cute, so I don't care. So, yeah. These two came from the Elves Box. And this one comes from the Pixie box. The paw is a little warped. It's a little thin. I probably shouldn't have used UV resin on it. I used an entire bottle of UV resin on it. But you know what? I think it worked out pretty well. I'm happy with how it came out. I'm happy with how they all came out. Even if they aren't perfect, they're still mine. So, with that said, until next time, stay safe.